What is up, guys, and welcome back to my video. And my voice still isn't 100% because of the events I went to this past weekend, but I'm still gonna give you guys a video, and it's 10 championship reigns that ended due to injuries. Number 10, Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks is the first of two on this list who lost their titles recently over this past weekend. Just 1 month ago, Sasha Banks finally defeated Charlotte to win her first women's championship, and everyone was soaking it in. It was her moment, and we thought we were going to see a very long title reign. Personally, I believe that she was going to hold it until WrestleMania 33 and then drop it to Bayley, which would have been a great match. But an injury ended those dreams. Sasha Banks has been dealing with back pain and injuries and needed 2 months off to heal. So after her classic match with Charlotte at SummerSlam, she dropped the belt back to Charlotte and Bayley finally made her debut. I'm really interested to see what happens next for Sasha Banks. Number 9, Scott Hall. Everyone knew that Scott Hall had everything it took to be a superstar in the wrestling world. The year 1999 was supposed to be his prime time of his career. Unfortunately, injuries had to put a halt to that. During Super Brawl 11, Scott Hall would win his first United States Championship from Roddy Piper. Shortly after winning the title, he had to relinquish the title and he was sidelined for 8 months with a foot injury. Upon making his return, Hall and Nash would capture the WCW tag titles, but another injury to Hall would force him to vacate the title. Number 8, Bret Hart. After the shocking events at Survivor Series in 1997, Bret Hart made his way to WCW, where he wanted to be treated with respect rather than just getting screwed over in front of his home crowd. The one issue with WCW was that Bret Hart never seemed like he enjoyed being there or even the product itself. Because of this, moments and matches weren't Bret Hart's best, and we knew it. At Starrcade, Bret Hart was defending his title against Goldberg. During the match, Goldberg kicked Bret Hart straight to the head, and it caused a severe concussion with even post-concussion syndrome. Hart finished the match, but later he gave it up and retired from the wrestling world. Number 7, Seth Rollins. At WrestleMania 31, Seth Rollins cashed in his Money in the Bank briefcase to become the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. His title reign was not the greatest. Whether it was him winning by a DQ or cheating, the reign was one of the worst in my opinion. Seth Rollins would hold onto the title until November of 2015 before he had tore his ACL, MCL, and meniscus in a live event match with Kane. He was out of action for 6 months, which is one hell of a recovery for tearing 3 ligaments in the knee. Since then, Rollins made a comeback at Extreme Rules and even won the WWE Championship once again at Money in the Bank earlier this year. Of course, it only lasted 2 minutes, but he is favored to win the Fatal 4-Way Universal title match next week. Number 6, John Cena. John Cena has been a 15-time world champion in the WWE. His first world championship win was at WrestleMania 21, and his most recent win was at the ladder match at Money in the Bank 2014. One of my favorite John Cena world title run was in 2006 when he defeated Edge in that incredible TLC match we'll never forget. John Cena was the champion for more than a year, defeating guys like Umaga, Randy Orton, Big Show, Booker T, and many more. John Cena was on fire, and it seemed as if nothing would take out that fire. But he had to give up the title due to an injury. In a match in October 2007, Cena was wrestling Mr. Kennedy, and he tore his pectoral muscle, which would keep him out of action for the rest of that year. Number 5, Shawn Michaels. In 1996, there was not a better wrestler than Shawn Michaels. The guy could have a good match with anyone and anything. When he had his amazing matches with Bret Hart, they were special and instant classics we would not forget. At WrestleMania 12, Shawn Michaels would defeat Bret Hart to become the WWE Champion. It was an Iron Man match, and it goes down as one of the best matches of all time. The plan was for him to face Bret Hart in a rematch for the title at the next year's WrestleMania, with the results being different and Bret Hart winning. Before they could get to WrestleMania 13, Michaels claimed he needed surgery and he had lost his smile, so he vacated the title. Still to this day, we're unsure if this is HBK's ego getting to him or a legit injury, but for the video's sake, we'll believe Shawn Michaels. Number 4, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Before Stone Cold Steve Austin was a megastar who had become one of the biggest icons in WWE history, he was making his way up the ladder to the top. He would win the tag team championships with Dude Love and even Shawn Michaels. Stone Cold would go on to feud with the Hart Foundation, and the end of the feud was set for SummerSlam 1997. It was Stone Cold versus Owen Hart for the Intercontinental Championship. During the match, Owen Hart ended up botching a piledriver and Austin's neck broke. Austin powered through it and went for a roll-up and won the match and became the IC champion. Right after his first Intercontinental title win, he was forced to give up that title and the tag titles because of this injury, and he needed surgery. Number 3, Finn Balor. Finn Balor is the most recent addition to this list, and it makes me real sad because this whole weekend I was feeling many different emotions. On Sunday, I watched in person Finn Balor win the Universal Championship, and I was so happy and I was stoked for him. One night later, I see him giving up the title to Mick Foley, and I went from being real happy to proud of Finn Balor winning the title and chanting "Thank you, Finn." I literally had goosebumps. He was destined for great things, and he was on the top. This was his time, and a shoulder injury put that all to a halt. Finn Balor did say once he makes his return, he will win the title back, and I really hope he's right because he truly deserves it. I want to see Finn Balor return at the Royal Rumble as either 1 or 30 and win the Royal Rumble, and at WrestleMania win the Universal Championship. Please, WWE, do not f this up. Number 2, Edge. Edge has a similar situation with Bret Hart, where not only did he have to give up the title and cut his reign short, but also had to retire from wrestling altogether. Throughout Edge's career, he was always a risk taker, where he would do insane things during TLC matches. However, many were unaware how much his body has taken from all the years of pain. Edge successfully defended his title against Alberto Del Rio at WrestleMania 27, and just 8 days later, he had to relinquish his title. Once we saw him crying, we knew he was not going to give us good news. But what better way to go out than leaving as a champion and on the top? Number 1, Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan was the ultimate underdog heading into WrestleMania 30. After realizing that WWE fans were fully over Daniel Bryan at the Royal Rumble in 2014, WWE decided to pull the trigger and give Daniel Bryan a push. He would defeat Triple H in the opener at WrestleMania 30 and beat Orton and Batista to become the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, and ended WrestleMania in one of the greatest feel-good moments. Fast forward to a month later, and a neck surgery would end that championship run. After working so hard to be on top, Daniel Bryan had to let it go, and fans were devastated. Once Daniel Bryan returned, he captured the IC title, but due to a career-ending injury, he had to vacate that title. As always, thanks for watching the video, guys. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, leave a like and subscribe for more. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter at WWE Plano. Also check out my other channel, Official Life Facts. Take care and spike your hair.